Give me 5 minutes for this new Bardstown High Wheat Bourbon Whiskey. Is it a home run or not? Well, before we get started, before we hit that button for the 5-minute review, I wanted to give you a little bit of background. Tonight, I wasn't supposed to do a Give Me 5, certainly not on this Bardstown. I was going to do a kind of a bourbon fight between Old Elk Cigar Cut and a couple of competitors, Joseph Magnus and Short Barrel, and see which one in a blind came out better. That video was still coming. But I was over at Sprayberry Bottle Shop making my rounds. A lot of Fridays I do that. I'm usually off on Friday. And so I get around to the bottle shops before they get busy just to see what new things they have. And lo and behold, someone's wheeling in carts of Bardstown. You know, the white boxes. If you've ever seen them, you know how they come in. It's usually like 6 bottles to a boxer. You know, not real big boxes, but there was a bunch of them. And going like, well, what's the deal with all the Bardstown? And Bridge was telling me, well, this is their new high wheat. And I thought, I read about that a little while back and completely had forgotten about it, that Bardstown was coming out with a high wheat bourbon whiskey, another part of their Origin series. And I'm like, well, that's fantastic. And he was telling me that this is like just coming into Georgia. I mean, he may have the very first ship, and I don't know that to be true. But it's like it just got here kind of thing. And going around to all the stores, I can admit that I certainly didn't see it last week. So I was intrigued. And he said, well, you know, I've got a media sample of that. You want to taste it? And I'm going like, yeah. I was floored. I'm going like, all right, this is not one of those $100+ bottles. No, this MSRP is $49.99. I said, you got to be freaking kidding me. No, he said, it's $49.99. And I said, Bridge, this stuff's going to clear off the shelves. This is fantastic. I'm a big fan of the Bardstown Black Label Origin, which is their wheated, bottled and bond at 100 proof. This was amazing as I remember, because this is not my first bottle of the Black Origin. This is number 2 or 3. Big fan of it. I've always said it's my favorite bottled and bond, and to this day, it still is king in the Bourbon Mansion. My favorite bottled and bond. It just happens to be a wheated. Now, I won't tell you it's my favorite wheated bourbon. That still, right now, currently is champed by Weller Antique 107. I just loved the Antique 107. That one day, I'm going to put it against the 107 in a blind. I'm not saying he'll beat it. The 107 is very special in my book. But this is the best Bardstown bourbon I can remember in a long time, and $49.99. So we're going to hit that start button and get right in on availability, aroma, taste, finish, value, and give you my score. The 5 reasons I think you should buy this or not. So let's hit that start button, and we got 5 minutes on the clock. Availability. Now, this is being rolled out nationwide as far as I know, from what I've read. And I think if it's not in your bottle shop, I think it'll be there soon. Because it's Bardstown, and Bardstown is very good in their distribution. They don't just send a few bottles out, they send cases out. And if bottle shops are getting the cases like Bridge at Sprayberry got this morning, it'll be on a shelf in your neck of the woods soon. But I will add a caveat to that. As good as this is, my question to you is, do you want to wait? Will it be on the shelf a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a month from now? I can't predict that. I do predict it will be a very good seller at this price point, given the name, given the proof. And we're going to go through it, and I don't think I need to convince you, but availability, I think it will be good until it's not. Aroma. Well, it does smell a lot like the Black Label. You get that traditional Bardstown, wheated. Some people call it a funk. I call it Pop-Tarts. You get that wheat and fruit, a little bit of brown sugar, cinnamon. Very good Bardstown. What I expect out of Bardstown. Cheers. Wow. That has just got a boatload of flavor. I mean, right across the palate. It is rich. It's a little bit sweet. It is strawberry Pop-Tarts in a glass. I keep saying that, but that wheat flavor reminds me of Pop-Tarts. You get that sweet fruit. You get the cinnamon. You get some vanilla, some other baking spices. It's not harsh, it's not bitter, it's not overly sweet. At 106, it's a perfect proof point for me. I love the 100 proof, but this 106 I think is even better. That is my sweet spot. 106, 107, up to around 110. I just love that proof level for a good sipper. Wow. Wow, let's take another sip. It just keeps getting better. Second sip is better than the first sip. And I had a sip earlier for a short I did. Wow, it just keeps getting better. Finish. The finish is moderate lasting. I get a little bit of oak in there. Not sweet oak. It's a little bit on the bitter side, the oak, but not bad. I do get vanilla, cinnamon, baking spices in there, a little bit of dried fruit. So the finish is good, not great, but I don't remember the Black Label being great either. A lot of my wheated bourbons don't have a great finish to it, but it is good. And the more I drink it, probably the less I will notice that oak in the finish. Wow. Value. I can't say enough good things about the value. $49.99 is the list price, or MSRP. I think you're going to find it probably that price up to 50, 52. Well, I say 50. You're going to find it at 50. You may find it as much as $60 in some places, depending on the market. And I think, yeah, it's an absolute buy. Around $50, give or take either direction, it's an absolute buy. It's a fantastic value. And we're almost out of time. So let me stop the clock here. We're right at 5 minutes. That gets me to score. I can tell you that it's a hair shy of 5 stars. I have a lot. I kind of reserve 5 stars for really, really special bourbon, and I mean it's so close. I wanted to give it 5 stars, and then I think about the ones I do have at 5 stars, and they really are a special, special treat. This is very, very good. I mean, crazy good. So I'm going to give it 4 1/2 stars. So, a traditional good Bardstown aroma, a fantastic taste, a good finish, a extraordinary value, and overall 4 1/2 stars. It doesn't get much better than that, and I don't have too many $50 bourbons that I give 4 1/2 stars to. That is really unusual. Wow. So my recommendation to you is to buy this bourbon the first chance you get. Stop the video. You might remember that. Stop the video and go get it right now. If you know where it is right now, stop the video and go get it. Now, it's Friday night. Some of these places might be open. And I do anticipate this showing up. So if your bottle shop doesn't have it right now, I believe they will. If you want it tomorrow, what can I say? I know one place that has it. Sprayberry Bottle Shop in Marietta. My good friend Bridge Patel, and he's selling them for $49.99. He's not jacking it up. He could. He doesn't. He doesn't play that game. That's why we're friends. That's why I like shopping there. So if you're in the Marietta area, I say swing by there and get a bottle of this Bardstown High Wheat Origin. Why they still have it? Because I think this first round is going to go pretty quick, and then you're going to be waiting for Bardstown to resupply it, and Bardstown will resupply it. If you don't get a chance, I really believe they know what they've got. Bardstown, they're smart cookies. They know how to make bourbon. They know how to market it. I think this is here on the shelf to stay, and I think this first round is going to go pretty quick. So don't delay. If you're a wheated bourbon fan, I think you're going to love this new Bardstown. So, as always, please drink responsibly, never drink and drive, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.